What up, YouTube? We back. So we're gonna go in. We're gonna talk to the people. There's probably gonna be like a story part of it, like a story episode, and then after that we like the last final episode. So let's go in there and talk to the peeps. Get this show on the road. The finale is here, guys. Let's get hype. Aaron, friend.
You came back.
Been so long.
Interesting friends.
Wish I could say we didn't.
I sure did.
But Silence and Tilda are here for a reason. Even Regala.
Yeah. Enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
Yes, my enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know the drill.
Talk to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so.
She's a devil. I hope you know that. Just play along.
Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Offer some of that weed in the back. She'll
Katala
chill.
tells me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry.
Yes.
You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
Oh yes. I'm looking forward to it too.
I guess Silence is keeping to
It's
himself.
been a long time coming.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his
We
sorry
saved
ass
the
to
best for
ground.
last.
Please don't.
Hell yeah.
You're telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Right now,
You
he's
damn
got
right.
something we need. What's wrong with your shoulder?
Silence. I want to punch him right in the face.
Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Katala.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked.
Oh yeah, you arm wrestled with the metal arm? Oh god. That wasn't too
Better get
smart.
going.
Oh, you know where to find me.
Damn.
Aloy, do you have a...
Alva,
Aloy,
my
I'm glad you're
friend.
here. I
How
wanted
are
to give
you?
this for helping me get the data on Leviathan.
Ah,
I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
I didn't see this part.
I'll put it to good use.
We didn't do that before. Oh yeah.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime.
Yeah, the moon.
The
To
sheer
the moon,
calculations
Alice.
needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
They aren't. No, I'm just kidding.
I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own
Yes.
Zenith.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths, or just scared of her. Probably both.
You should be scared of her. She's literally the devil. She's the white devil.
Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There
She's
is much
scary,
to sort
man.
through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons.
Good God,
Pharaoh
man.
wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge
I
destroyed
told you.
just to erase
He's
its
the
mistakes.
devil. I told you.
When we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same.
That's why you didn't know nothing about it. He covered it up. He erased everything.
But in the end, it's not that simple.
He erased
The
Apollo
truth
from
isn't a
us too.
straight
He's a
line of
dick.
ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter,
He's a bright dick.
smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for.
Yes.
And this diviner, at least, won't
You
settle
know
for
what they
anything
say,
less.
ignorance is bliss.
For that, I thank
But
you.
ignorance enables oppression. That's what
Are you okay?
I was
ignorance does.
Is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She
Listen to me, guys. I'm
the
wise
kind of
beyond
anger that
words.
leads to murdering people in their sleep.
Don't worry.
I might
We're going
look
to
like
point
an
the anger in
idiot
the right direction.
and sound like one sometimes, but
If you say so.
I'm very wise. But
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth, an entire culture based on the holograms. of
being
ancient
smart and
wisdom.
being wise is not
There's
the same
much
thing.
they've misinterpreted.
Like,
Not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly.
hell yeah.
You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening.
Yeah, are you sure about this? You sure you're
Already
up to
brave
this?
Darshans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn. Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier.
Well, that's the right attitude to have, girl.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
This Silence, he's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is.
Yes, he is.
Wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh,
Yes, he
You know
has a god
special part of
complex.
us
He's,
that makes us warm, kind, welcoming.
our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that.
no, that's cool. It actually says, because we did all the side quests, it actually says some more lines that they didn't
I
have
can see
before.
how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Aaron seem to have taken to it the hardest. But
Because some of this
I don't
stuff is
quite know
new.
what to
I
say.
did it before, but
Take your time.
because I didn't do those missions, some of these words were not said.
Time
Like,
heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did
the
hear her
first
say
one was
the
like
girl
that too. If you didn't like,
don't
some
think
things
it was
didn't happen if you didn't do all the like side missions.
free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song, and she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you
This
sometime.
part's gonna be a lot of
About
talking,
Taurus.
so I'm gonna just like make this story part like its own
We won't let
episode.
the Zeniths get away with what
Like,
they've done.
And then when the
Everyone's ready to take
mission
the fight
starts,
to the
it's gonna
enemy.
be the last episode, because the last part's gonna be
But
long,
I'm
so.
ready too.
Don't worry. We'll get through this together.
And the last episode's most likely gonna be a long episode.
Anything new around here?
Like,
Metalo showed me the schematics.
this
for his
episode's
arm.
actually gonna
I
be
recall
kinda
reading
long.
about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family,
I want to get it all over with today, though.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Exactly.
I should
All right, Alva.
The ancestors walk with you.
It's been nice talking to you. It's been nice knowing you, girl. It's been a pleasure. See y'all in the next game, or in the DLC, wherever, till we meet again, girl. Yeah, 'cause Evil Dead come out on Friday. We're gonna be playing that and covering that. So I figure if I don't like finish this by then, it's like I'm probably never get to finishing it. I'm like,
I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe.
good idea, good idea. Let's check out our
That
stuff.
spear. Rust helped me make it. When I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now.
I can't believe I never looked at this stuff like
When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like
during
you
the
can
whole
win.
game. Hell yeah.
Now and always.
Ross,
This is
he
part
was
of
a
the
real
message that
one.
Shav gave me at the embassy.
Much love.
Seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. With Regala out of the way, Ikaro and
This was
Tanakh, they're safe.
the knife he gave us to
Future's up
prove
to them now.
we had the right to
I do
travel.
wish they'd drop all the honorary
But
names
all
they
of
gave
the
me.
Tanakh know us.
If I've learned anything
No,
about
we
them,
don't need it
it's
anymore.
not a battle I am going to win.
They shall tell tales of our legends. They shall tell our legend always. Alright, we're restock now.
Focus. It's Varl's. I used to
Varl, poor
think
Varl,
no one ever accepted
man.
one. Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away.
It was not cool what happened to Varl. That was not cool.
I should have pushed harder. I should have done more.
We're gonna make it right
I'd
tonight.
give anything to have him back.
We're gonna get revenge. Those people that they messed up.
There you are.
Oh, and there you are, devil. White devil. There's time that we talk.
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're
I
truly
sure did.
a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than
Yes, we thought about it. But I don't trust you.
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
okay,
Together, when you say together, you mean
I was
what?
an orphan. I had
Huh.
always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway
Coffee
across
and
the world
drinks,
every other
huh?
week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her.
so we were friends.
I know I
Like,
did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less, and I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So
And
help me.
your friendship.
Restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
I don't trust it. Like, what do you
think
mean?
Elizabeth pulled away.
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens.
Yeah.
I think, in the end, she had
We gotta keep you at
a
arm's
core
length,
that she never
girl.
let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
Yes, I believe I recall a message, I mean, you asking for a copy of Apollo or something. Like,
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full
and she was
layout
like,
once you
here,
decide
you will
your
get
plans.
your copy of
Suffice it to
Apollo,
say,
and
we'll
then
need
she's
to
like,
push
goodbye.
as fast as
Like,
possible to the destination.
bye bro.
Dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment.
Damn.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it?
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine
Does he?
that
Does
I would
he
outwit
now?
him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes.
We'll see about
It
that.
offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Really? Really?
Why did you
Liar.
make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm.
She's the most
A
devious
safe place, not just
one
for
of
me,
all of them.
but for
Let-
the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes.
At least the
Her upbringing
others are
was so
clear
cold and
about their
technical.
ill intentions.
I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life.
This one
A
pretends to
heritage
be a
every bit as
friend,
valuable as the scientific and technical.
and then
data
she
being
puts a
drummed
knife
into her.
in your back.
I'm sorry I had to cut
Right.
off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Like the devil would. Oh, brother.
So
He
you know a lot about
lies.
me
He
through my old focus.
tricks you.
But what about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
Yeah.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city.
Steven
Thousands drowned, my
Devil.
parents included. I was one of the very
Snake.
few who survived. My
Serpent.
guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast, but you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed.
Or
Neither
we're
did I.
complete polar
I
opposite.
climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune.
But that's
First
what
from the
they say, that opposites
analysis of
attract,
art and the
right?
detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days.
Well, that's a
As it
fact.
turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You are a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my
A
privacy.
service,
But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when
Go
Far Zenith
on,
approached
go
you?
on.
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future, one where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
I can't tell if that's Shadow
You
or
said before
we
that
did
you're not
this.
like the other Zeniths,
No, we didn't
never
say
were.
this.
but you went along with all of their plans.
Out of
See what I mean,
necessity.
guys? It's like someone's
proud of it.
talking on this part. It's going to probably be
complicity
almost
became
an
a means
hour,
of
just
survival,
like
both
the
when Earth
story
was
part
consumed
before
and
the
when
mission
colony
starts.
on Sirius was
Wait.
destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Huh.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
I see.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On
I
Earth,
bet,
he was the
I
founder
bet.
of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words.
Well,
Even
we
as
got a
governments abandoned
debt
human
to pay
combatants
him.
in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that
Gonna
required
make him
more
pay.
personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted
Not only for what he
terrorist
did to us personally,
on occasion,
he killed my
all for the
boy.
thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated
No one
to
kills my
virtual
boy.
reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased. Though I
He was my
suspect
friend,
with
man.
diminishing satisfaction.
Hell
Aldous tribe
no.
believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him. though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
I bet he would. I bet he would. So, Verbena,
Escaped and hid
the
in an
dead
ancient research
devil.
facility. I saw
Right.
another one of the Zeniths. Verbena.
Who was
Who
she?
was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette.
She was a
granting
silver
herself
spoon
a life
baby.
designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Well, she got what she deserved. Like, everybody
What can you
gets
tell me
what they
about Gerard?
deserve in time.
He was the head of the world's largest
We
financial
reap what we
conglomerate,
sow.
and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among
It's like what I say.
What does one
What you
person do
measure
with
out
that
to
much money?
others shall be measured out to you.
More power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a
You
refined
better be
magician,
careful.
able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an
What
exact
happened to this
replica of
man?
Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He
That
went
is
on to discover
unfortunate.
that part of his beloved city survived.
It still is.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth, titans of their industries.
And let me guess.
And the soul of Vegas
selfish,
still
ruthless
burns.
to the core.
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Sanjay
Damn, she has a lot
about
to
her work
say.
in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking stealth hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had each other.
Yes. Yes, you could have done anything with it. But you chose to be selfish.
I'll let you know when it's
Like
time.
the selfish devils
here until
you
then.
are.
And thank you, Aloy, for
You
giving me
deserve
this
to take.
chance.
You
My
chose to
past has
take
always
things
been a
away.
struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
I bet. I bet. Alright, is that all
Would
you
like
have to
continue
say?
our chat?
I'd say that's
I
it.
should be going.
Alright,
I'll be
it's time
making
for us to go,
preparations.
Devil. I'll be seeing you soon. Really soon.
Can we talk for a moment?
Zoe Bunny.
You're back. Good. Before we talk, I wanted to give you this. For helping me heal the land gods. Plainsong is in your debt.
Thank you, Zoe.
You deserve much more for all you've done. May the land
It
always
was
be in your steps.
nothing.
And yours?
We were just doing what we're meant to do.
Thoughts on our new Zenith
I
acquaintance?
would have done it for free.
I'd say she smells
Well,
like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different.
you got it right, girl. She's the devil. Don't you forget it. You,
Ready
at
to
least
head
you
over to
know
Zenith
you can
base?
see evil.
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Erend and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he?
Yes. Sounds like something he would say.
How's Aaron doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
Hell yeah, he's a good man. He drinks a lot, but he
How'd it
he
go with the
means
chorus
well.
after we fixed the land gods?
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's
He
eyes
might
would
be a
pop out of
lot,
his head.
but he
But of course they had no choice
He's a
but to
good
take it as
man.
good news,
But-
even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them.
well,
I better go.
at least her
Well.
conversation was short. It was like the shortest one. Alright. Who else we got to talk to here? Oh yeah, this is Zoe Bunny and Varl's Love Shack.
Did you need something?
Silence. You son of a bitch.
Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not
That
really-
is yet to be seen.
I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask Will.
Since
Your
when were you so
undertakings.
forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game, and as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
You should have helped me out from the beginning, man.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regala's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before
No,
I found
we
the
know,
coordinates
we
of the
know.
Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means
Yeah,
to
that's
remove your
stupid.
interference from the
That's stupid, man.
into the Hades Privy Lab.
For someone so smart, your ideas are dumb. Like, what the hell? The
You
hell,
wanted me to
man?
surrender to the Zenith at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset.
Well,
Thereby keeping
you are
out of
wrong
harm's
about
way,
that.
and more importantly, out of my way.
So you really
They
didn't
already
know
had
they
a
their own
tool for
clone of
that.
Elizabeth?
But
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why create the Sons of Prometheus?
yeah, what the
You
hell
need a
is
bunch
that,
of
man?
Oseram tinkerers to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Anonymous hacker. Yeah, no.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my
Word.
question.
That could work. That
But I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings.
sounds
After all,
effective.
why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes.
Sounds like it'll work for my grand plan. My master
Suffice it to say that the
plan
weapon will work. The intricacies of how
of justice.
is knowledge that is mine alone.
Why help
Very
Varl
good.
take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hikaru.
Before Regala's rebellion, Hikaru was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
Yes, exceedingly so.
Yes,
Regala
that's
craved was war
easy to
against the
manipulate.
Akarja and anyone who
What
threatened
he
the
like to
Tenakth.
do.
She
Like,
would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
yes, the way your mind works is
While I was
elementary.
out there, I had a couple run-ins
Of course,
with the Quinn.
that's a
The
logical
tribe from across the
plan
ocean.
for you.
And
Their entire tribe was shaped around the Discovery focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
no, they stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
Yes.
So those run-ins with the Quinn I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up
Should
with
I
their
tell
expedition
you?
to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
I think his brain was fried at that point. He was a demon. He
Alright, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay?
was all
I don't
messed
need the two
up
of you
for
butting heads.
cutting them drugs to live forever, but it didn't like
I wonder if you
mutated him or
understand what
something.
kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities.
It kept him alive, but he turned into
Goals may
like
be aligned now, but I'd
the
watch for
devil
moments
that
they
he is.
converge.
The devil.
Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling. You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
He can change, he can change. Not really. People like him never change. Nothing ever changes. This is downstairs. Is this like outside? Oh yeah, no, this is not the way I want to go. I thought that looked outside. That's not downstairs. We want to talk to Regalia downstairs. She should be here. And there's Costello. We didn't talk to. Oh yeah. Let's talk to Costello.
Miss me?
Too busy keeping
What's
an
up?
eye on your new friends.
This is our friend, and he's a man of honor.
Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it
This
no
man
other way.
deserves honor.
Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
Yeah, leave it to me. I got it all covered.
My trust.
How are your studies going?
Yeah, how have you been, my friend?
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for.
Oh, the
Learned about plague
devil.
of machines he unleashed.
Yes.
I think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single
No, it wasn't a
miscalculation.
mistake.
There is no
He did it on
glory in
purpose.
such a fate.
He was a dick.
Hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up.
Well, in the end, he got what he put out to others.
Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
And we're still here.
I am always
Life
ready.
goes on. But
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her,
that's
nothing would
right.
surprise me.
He's a demon. A serpent. A
I bet
devil.
people are curious about that new arm of
And
yours.
she doesn't even
Our
bleed.
Quinn ally, I assure you.
She
Couldn't
has
wait to
no
take it
heart.
apart and figure out how
You
it
can't
works.
bleed with no
Give
heart.
the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves.
Yes. We shall give her the chance to die with
Question her
honor.
judgment.
Thank you, Catello.
As it should be.
Have you spoken with Alba?
The Quinn is peculiar.
There's no honor in dying
Nothing
like a
but
dog in the
Her mind
arena.
is sharp. That much is certain.
A total
It's hard
waste.
to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If
Hell
I die,
yeah.
it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best.
That's the way a man of honor thinks.
Anything new going on I should know about?
Hell yeah.
Quinn has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions of the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes. Only more persistent.
Yes, she means well though.
Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten.
Yes,
What exactly does
they
it mean?
The
say that
visions
a
tell us
lot.
that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings.
That's all they talk
Into
about.
battle from the sky.
Like she flies on the wings of the
To imitate
Ten.
this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten.
Yes, they shall tell tales of me forever.
How did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
And they shall tell this tale across YouTube for all time.
I need to get some things ready.
It shall remain on my channel always. And the best is yet to come, guys. The best is yet to come. Alright, here we go.
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning.
Where are you, Regalia? You're down here somewhere, I know it. There you are.
This place smells wrong. No sand or wind, only cold steel.
You should like that.
And the others up there, your squad.
They can hold their own. As for this base, it may not be what you're used to, but it is a shelter.
Call it what it is. A cage.
You came here on your own.
For the battle you promised. So for now I wait in my cage for your...
The battle is about to begin. I shall come through with my promise.
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Torok, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example.
Right, that sword looks painful.
I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance? No. I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my
Damn.
chief betrayed me.
That's vengeful, girl. How did he betray you?
Hekarro called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them. And they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hekarro ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas.
Hell yeah.
My chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hekarro made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tenakth.
It was an insult. No Outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks.
I see where you're coming from.
That's when I knew. I had to run my...
I mean, I understand.
Drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the sun.
Like what they did to her family is messed up. So in a way, I can
What happened when
relate.
the Karja messenger appeared before Hekarro?
I can relate to how she feels. I mean, I don't know.
No more war. No more raids. Suddenly,
This is why we spare her life. Like,
an embassy at the very
'cause
fortress we tore down. A true Tenakth would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled, but a
it would do her no favor. Like,
he showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his
we
weakness.
defeated her with honor, and
I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid. With him on his knees.
we decided to give her a chance, a second
With an
chance.
army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Sylens approach you?
That name means nothing to me. My agreement was with Oseram mercenaries.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted a group of Outlanders?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed them. But they offered me the chance to run the Karja down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about.
I see.
Felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal?
I see that would be an enticing offer for you.
I killed
Like,
Karja and become chief. These Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories, but because of you, my people continue to consort with the enemy. A tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win. Are you really going to fight alongside
are you
me?
ready?
I have no reason to betray you.
It's
Really?
time.
I failed to kill Hakaro, failed to eliminate you. No Tenakth would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show
I'm
me
sorry, girl, but killing innocent Karjas is not gonna bring them back. It's not gonna make anything better.
Guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Like, two wrongs did not make right.
to see your bones burned white beneath the sun. But if I'm to die in battle, then it might as well be with the one who flew with the wings of the Ten.
Yes.
You know when it's time to move out.
It was not meant to be, girl. This is what was meant to be. It is all shot as it should be. Like, come. I believe we talked to everyone now. It is time.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is there anything I should handle before that?
No, everything is handled. It is time. Aqua Teen, assemble. Everybody, assemble.
All right, people. I need you up in the control room right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth.
I believe we talked
Now,
to
it might
everyone.
seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us
Hell
the base.
yeah. Alright,
It
guys.
is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest.
This is
I can
going to
get
be
us inside.
the end of the episode here when
To this location.
we go to the base.
Undetected.
We're going to start a new episode. Cause this stuff, like just all this
You'll know when you
talking, is
need
an
to.
episode in itself. It's
Once
gonna be
inside
a
our
long
goal
one.
will be this
So,
structure.
like,
The launch chamber. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them.
hell yeah.
But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
We
I've
do.
got that under
Don't
control.
worry. I'll take care of that.
You'll know when you need to.
I am the army of
right.
one.
We'll meet
Hold
up
on,
again just
like,
before we go in.
no
Where's the best
army
place to
can
go?
stand against my
On the
might.
coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
For I am the goat.
Okay.
I've already proven
I'll
this
let you know when I arrive
time
at
and
the
time
rendezvous point.
again.
And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood?
So get ready for the final episode of the Ages.
You too?
It's gonna be glorious. And I will prove why I'm the greatest.
Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you
Hell
two to
yeah.
split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew
When
how
you
to do
get
it,
there,
she
you'll
knew it.
know.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one
You know
thing.
what to do, girl.
There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her
Yeah,
safe,
we don't trust
okay?
Tilda.
On my life.
Her trust is yet to be seen. What? Alright, guys.
Remember, we need to get Sauron's weapon to the Zenith base intact if we want to take their shields down.
I'll be...
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear
Yeah.
the drinking songs already.
Right? I thought we were done
If something's not
talking,
working
but
right, you can have one of my spare
we got a few
focuses.
more words.
Little bugger's got some personality, that's all.
Hell yeah.
Saved my butt with those Spectres. Wouldn't feel right to leave it behind now. Besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look.
You're a good man, Aaron.
Varro made the right call. You know, bringing you here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Varl. I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini. I was, well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow.
We're gonna show Val honor
Sat me
tonight.
down for a drink. Just one.
It's been too long.
We talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge.
Oh, we gonna get some revenge
You know,
tonight.
we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace.
That Eric
You
bastard,
never
I'm
told
gonna
me
stick
exactly how
him
your
real
sister
good.
escaped the Med Zone.
I guess we never got round to it. world ending and all. No time like
He
the
gonna
present.
feel my legendary spear up in his ass. Like, and it's gonna blow up.
You think it's time for us
Come
to
on,
finally have
yeah.
that drink?
I don't drink, but when I do,
Yeah,
I
of
prefer
course.
Dos Equis. So, like, it's a special occasion. This is our last falling into the last hurrah, right?
So,
I guess we'll make an
how did Ursa
exception.
escape Mad Sun King Jiran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha!
Yeah, that's stupid.
And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
As she defeated all of them. Even got some of Jiran's kestrels for good measure. And the Mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman.
Ah.
Perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted.
I bet.
So
I
she
remember her.
under one condition.
She was a tomboy,
Avad had to
alright.
dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm,
Too funny,
Not
too
only did they
funny.
make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
Man, this episode is gonna be a long one.
Most of us told over a drink.
It's all good, you know. The last two are gonna be long, so this is how it's gonna be. But,
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous.
I don't care.
We might
That's how it's gonna
I
be,
wouldn't have it any other
and,
way.
and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's like I kind of feel like we have to put all this in one episode, and put the action in the last episode.
Welcome back, Aloy.
Devil. I suppose we gotta have some last words with
Did you
you.
have something else to discuss?
I guess. I thought we were done.
I'll talk to you later.
I will be here.
Okay. Why did it show something on your head like you had something to say? They lied. They lied to me. What about you, Zoe Bunny?
I hope
You got
everyone's
anything
ready
to
for this.
say?
Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Aloy, nothing you do ever is. At least.
Yeah, I
now
know,
you don't
right?
have to do it alone.
Thanks.
It never is. It never is.
Working together.
And we never thought at the end of this journey we'd be you two partner. Like before it's even over. When we
You know,
started this journey, we wasn't a
There
partner
was
at
this
all.
one night,
Like, hell
right
no.
before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission.
We was
To be
starving.
honest, I think we both were. So. he
Now
asked me
we're
to join
eating
him
once
in
again.
Gaya's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it.
Well, we didn't
I thought
really
about
make
how
much
planes
yet,
was
but
just a speck On that great sphere.
At least we're on our
Every
way,
corner of it
getting
must be
something.
teeming with
We
life.
got something to show.
And any fears I had about our mission.
Starting to get a little ad revenue. That's something.
I miss him terribly.
Might not be much, but
I know.
it's better than before. We weren't getting anything. That's for sure. Like,
You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking
we
my
come a
tribe.
long way
And that ale he keeps
since the
raving
start
about
of
isn't
our
half bad.
journey.
I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad.
Yeah, calm down, Zoe Bunny.
I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
What is it?
Tell me
You placed this
anything.
focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch.
That is not gonna
For the
happen,
both of
girl.
So,
Make sure you stay alive to do so.
let's just try to all come back.
And I'm gonna serve you his killer on a platter. Like, don't you worry. He's gonna be like shish kebab. Alright. Who else has some last words for me?
So, you
What
return.
about you, Silence? You got
Something
anything to
else?
say? Or no, you're just like the devil.
I'll be going.
You got nothing to say.
You wish.
That is stupid that they show these people like they had something else to say, but they don't. Like, what about you, Alva?
You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
You got any last goodbyes? Any last words? Apparently you
The
do.
rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky.
The truth will set you free, girl.
Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know.
She's like, oh
The more I think
hell
about it,
no.
the more worried I become. If I go back,
Hell
I
to the
don't even know
no,
if they will keep this
no.
focus you gave me, or what they
They
do
probably
for
won't.
what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or
Yeah, I know.
losing Federa?
You shouldn't tell them nothing, girl.
Who's
You
this Federa you mentioned?
make some stuff up.
Is
Cause they'll lock you up in a box, probably, and your family.
used to be rivals at the academy.
They'll be like,
I hated
make
her
sure she
guts,
never tells
but
anyone.
apparently there's a fine
Hold
line
on.
between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do.
Yeah, I know,
You
right?
know, I'm glad you're with us, Alva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful that the legacy brought us together. I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old?
Hold on, I was just checking something on my phone real quick. Like,
I'm not afraid. I know Katalo will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
I'd rather you both stay alive if you don't mind.
yeah, that's not gonna
Try
happen.
and keep that in mind.
It's not us that's gonna do the
I
dying.
need to get going.
It's
I'll
gonna
be
be
at the
the
rendezvous.
devils. They shall
Truth lead us
die
to victory.
this day. Hell yeah. We are the sword of righteousness. Katalo. Are you ready, my friend?
So, how are we feeling about the mission?
I do not know everything that you have planned, but it doesn't matter. All that remains is to follow you to the end. Whatever.
Honestly, I don't plan that much. We just
I'm glad all this
take
brought
it
us
as
together.
it comes.
You brought us together.
I make it up as I go along.
I am grateful to you. Oh, and by the way, I was hoping now would be a good time to go back to the Tremortusk site and test my new arm before we leave on our mission.
Right. I'll let you know when I can make my way there.
Thank you.
Now, why would now be a good time for that? You should have said that before. Like,
Now
what?
that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
Really?
There's nothing more to say. If he were to Noct, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors.
How come he didn't say nothing
His
about
deeds
that
were worthy
mission
of the
before, right?
When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored. I'll see
Do
you
we
soon.
really gotta do it now
It will be
before
my
we
honor.
leave? What? I heard about that. That's like a secret mission. I don't know if it's like you gotta do the other side quests that I did. Because he didn't say that before. I think we talked to everybody.
If the nuke can survive freezing, so can I.
Alright, guys. So this is it. I'm gonna see you in the next episode. It's gonna be the final episode. Hopefully everything goes well. It's gonna be glorious. I know that was a long one, but I mean, I don't care. It's the second to last episode. It was relevant to the story, so this one gonna be a long one, I guess. But, alright, guys. I'll see you in the last one coming up. Peace.